Hello again YouTube. Today's video is going to be another quick one. It's a bit of a little bit more on the traditional fire sort of side of things, and I was just going to show you one of the ways you can take an ember from a piece of char cloth or a cramp ball or something like that into a flame to make it easier to sort of start a small fire made of sort of small bits of kindling, rather than trying to get a sort of large collection of dried grass or moss and things like that. And I've got it in my traditional fire kit here, so I shall show you that. Right, hopefully you can see this okay on the camera there. I can zoom in a little bit more. Basically what this is just normal jute rope, which is used for sash cords in sash windows. And so it comes like that normally, and what I do is I open up the end of that and then tease apart all of the fibres so that it's a sort of fluffy mess, and that will then let me place the piece of char cloth that's caught a spark and is now an ember into that, and hold it and blow it and get the flame from that, like from the ember to a flame, if that makes sense. I'll zoom back out again. So I'll strike it first to get it sparked up. Try and find the best piece. So a nice dark piece of flint is what you're looking for, really. And get that set into there. And there we go. That just makes it a lot easier to get a small sort of, as I say, a small collection of thin matchstick sized twigs like that into a fire from just the ember of the char cloth, rather than, as I say, rather than trying to find a load of dried grass. Or you can put this inside the dried grass and just make it go a lot faster and quicker if the grass is ever so slightly damp or very cold. Make sure all that's out. And once it's burnt down through the fine stuff, it usually starts glowing at the end as well. So it's like a bit like a slow match. So if you've got one end or both ends prepared before you start your fire, you can actually transport your fire a short distance to somewhere else with it still glowing away, and then use the glowing ember to catch the fluffy side and get more flame from it that way. So that's just one option you've got. So the jute cord here I've soaked in or dipped into melted tea light candle, because it's a nice sort of it goes a liquid sort of wax pretty quickly without too much heat, so it's relatively safe to melt it without high temperatures involved, and it doesn't soak in too much into the fibres. So I've tried this with beeswax, soaking it in beeswax, and it works as a wick, but it's hard to separate the fibres enough to make it fluffy enough to catch from an ember, to sort of light from an ember. There we go. So I'll use another piece of this. And again, exactly the same thing. I'm going to take the ember from the cloth, or the cloth as it's smouldering, place it in, or touching the fibres at least, and then blow on it to take it into a flame. Like that. So, and that, because it's coated in wax, it'll hold the flame rather than flaring and burning out, so you've got a bit more time to hold that under a pile of thin sticks, say this sort of size, and get those caught and get your fire going from that. But as I say, it's tea light wax on that one, so it's not exactly natural. I'm not sure what sort of wax they use in that, whether it's a paraffin wax or not, or a mixture of something else. But beeswax doesn't work too well. This one's covered in beeswax, and it's, as I say, it soaks in too much, and you can't separate the fibres. They sort of clump together because it's very sticky as well. But if you've got a piece of this normal untreated jute cord, and you can get the flame from that and hold this on it to get this alight, then you can transfer that. But that's sort of a lot of hassle. It's just easier to use candle wax on a piece and then use that rather than transferring about with several different pieces of cordage and everything like that. So that's just as I say, another quick video to show you another thing that you can include in your traditional fire kit to make life a little bit easier. Jute itself is a natural fibre as well, so it's still within the traditional sort of realms. It's not, obviously not naturally found as a rope, but it is a natural process that was around about, I don't know, at least 100 years ago, probably 150 more. So I have no idea on the history of jute, but it has been around for quite a long time, and they've used very similar items such as cotton or linen ropes, and hemp, which is basically jute, and flax and things like that for centuries as slow matches. So that's that. And as I say, the small jute twine as well, exactly the same, and the cotton char cloth's obviously a natural product that they had back then. So it's all within the traditional sort of area, I suppose, is for want of a better word. So hope that's been of some use and helps you with your traditional fire lighting skills. Okay, thanks for watching.